All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome. Now, I have switched over my audio. So, how's my audio doing? Can you hear me? Kevin, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Can you hear me? If no more work to be done on Pixel Pieces, what's the next focus for bringing in revenue? Yeah, so that is a good question. And that is one of the things that we're going to talk about today. Loud and clear. Perfect. Excellent. So I got my Rodecaster back over there because that's going to be the new podcasting thing. So I have this monstrosity Yamaha MG12XU, this big beast that I've used for a couple live events in the past. But anyways, that's going to be my main driver, I guess, for here, which is cool because I could throw in some sound effects if I want to on my voice. Anyways, we're going to talk about that revenue. And I guess kind of what the title is here is we're just going to kind of review the local businesses here and kind of see what our competition is like. Not that I spend very much time thinking about and worrying about what everyone else is doing, because I just want to focus, mostly on myself and being the best, web designer that I can be and providing the best value I can for my clients and, going above and beyond and just making my work kind of speak for itself. But, that being said, it's still good to see what's going on around in your industry to see what you can do differently. So yeah, how are we going to make money? So I figured I'd go bring this. Oh, hang on a second. Bring this up here real quick. Let's go. I think this will be good to bring up. Let's just delete that. If we can go here, and I think we just hit that button. I think that works. All right. Then we could share our screen here. Okay. So this is a little presentation I made. We did this, like a couple weeks ago now, not even. Greetings from the land of goat and roast beef. Oh man, you're going to start getting me hungry right now. But Rolando, welcome to the stream. Good to see you as always. Okay, so this is just real quick. The idea for next year, kind of how to make money. There was kind of three things. I don't know if you guys remember that. Let me see if I get this going. There was three things. So number one was the local creative agency. And, there's some different points of how to do that. The second one, and this is where we completely slashed this one yesterday, at least we'll put it off to the side, and that is growing the Webflow component template library, which is all about Pixel Pieces. So, and the stuff with the live stream that's on here, that's going to get switched over a little bit to figure out what we're going to do for here and how it's going to help our main company, our main focus now, which is, I guess, very quickly here, Kevin, the main focus is building websites for customers and clients. And, we'll kind of talk a little bit more about that in a minute here. And then this third thing here is this YouTube monetization. Again, I'm not going to worry about this really at all anymore, especially now because I don't know how many long form videos that I'm going to be doing other than the podcast itself, which is going to be, there's going to be long form, short form, and, I guess long form and short form. There's only two. I always think of this middle one where we're cutting down clips, but that's still going to be like a long form YouTube video. But again, we're not going to worry about this. So those are kind of the three things. So we're really going to be focusing on number one. So I'm going to do everything that we can to start bringing in some revenue into the company as quickly as possible and build ourselves up to, I really do want to get into that $250,000 next year. And I think we can do it. The first year I did 100K, just under 100K. And that was when I was pretty much kind of focused on clients. And instead of growing, I kind of switched over to Pixel Pieces and kind of developing that. And you guys know we spent a lot of time working on that. And then the clients kind of dried up and the amount of revenue that I generated dried up, I think by maybe like 40% or something like that. I haven't done the full numbers yet, where I don't remember them offhand. But yeah, so it reduced significantly. So we can't have another year like that again next year. That's kind of what I'm thinking here, right? So, Rhonda, with $1,650 per week, can you live relatively comfortably where you live? So $1,650 Canadian. Let me hang on a second. $1,650 after taxes, and we're talking about 6,600 Canadian. So, can you live comfortably? I guess it depends. So yes. So if you're making 6,600 after tax, I think you definitely can live comfortably, but again, it depends on where you want to live and if you're buying a house versus renting a house. Because like even in the apartment building that I'm in now, we got 3 bedrooms and a den, and I'm paying a very, very, like I got such a good deal, like an insider deal from like a friends and family kind of deal. But this apartment right now, if I was to rent it out, it would be like $3,000 to maybe even $3,200 a month. So that's 50% of your revenue going just to your rent. And then, so let's bring out this calculator. Sorry, we're totally going off on something completely different here, but that's okay. So what would we say? 6,600. So minus 3,200 alone in your rent. How many people do you need to feed? That's another question. So generally speaking, for us, a family of 4, I mean, I guess maybe you're a family of 2. So let me put it at 2. I think you're going to be spending like on food, like $800. So you have 2,600. Then you have your phone. A phone's expensive here in Canada. Phone, and then you can have your utilities and internet, car insurance, travel. Like, yeah. Anyways, yeah. I rephrase the question. Can you live comfortably on 60? Well, I just go by month because I just think of what are my monthly expenses, because all the bills here come in like you pay by month. So I think yes, you can, but I think you do need to be careful. And it depends on your thing of comfortably. But yes, I can. I absolutely can. 100%. No question. I could live comfortably on $1,000 a week here in Canada. So for me, it's $4,000. Maybe $3,000 I could get by. No, $3,000 I can't get by. That's unless I'm eating like Kraft dinner all day. So anyways, okay. So we'll move forward from that. But yeah, it's 3,000 was no problem not too long ago, but now 3,000 is a pretty big problem over the past 9 years. So anyways, but if you're in Toronto, yeah, good luck. Good luck. Okay. Anyways, what do we want to do? Right. So what I thought we would do today is kind of review or try to just do some Google searching and find the local creative agencies or web designers or what have you that are in the area, and seeing kind of what they do and maybe what kind of business they might be able to be drawing in, and seeing where we could potentially, position ourselves, like against them, I guess you can say, right? So with that being said, I'm going to bring up, here's our website here. And I've done a quick 2-minute search and kind of bringing up some of these, some of the competition here. I asked because $1,650 per week equals $8,350 per year, which is a third of the $250 you are planning for next year. Oh yeah. The reason why, I want to blow the roof on what amount of money that I need to get to live, and there's lots of other things that I want to do as well too, in terms of where I want to take the podcast and where I want to take the creative studio. Because I would really love to have a dedicated space where I could run a podcast and also set up a studio for other people to have a podcast, and I could record other people doing podcasts. Because I think, even podcasting, even though for the past 10 years it's gotten a lot popular, I still think more people, I think it's a growing industry. And I think the education space is a growing industry where people are making courses, and I want to have studios that are set up where people can come in and I could record their videos and do all that stuff for them, so they don't have to go out and purchase that. So then they could buy, different plans or whatever. So that's why I kind of have that value in mind. And also I need to pay business expenses and all that kind of stuff as well too. So, and try to reinvest into the company as well too. And if I want to hire other people, I'm going to need to make more than just what I need to live on a week-to-week basis. And if you're planning to have 3 sources of income, you only need to sell 6.5 websites per month, which is not easy, but not impossible either. Yeah, and it depends on the price points of the websites as well too. So that's a whole nother issue to consider. But the big premium guys, they'll just need to do like 2 websites a year at $50,000 a piece or whatever. But I'm not going to be generating anywhere near that at this. Well, I can't say that because I do have some potential avenues where I could command some, high 5 figures. But for now, we're not going to be aiming that high, at least for now, anyways. So Kevin, so you're saying we should file violations against your local competitors and leave negative reviews? I didn't say that. No, well, I mean, only if you pay the money and figure out that they've done you dirty. That's funny. How much do websites cost on this side of the world? So it really depend. Oh, Rolando. So I reached out with Sam with your email yesterday. Sorry, I didn't reply back to you. So yeah, he already has your email. So there you go. So websites, how much do they cost? It depends on the project and depends on the project and depends on the, like, who's getting it. But I would say the cheapest place that I've seen to get a website would probably be around like 1,500 Canadian, at least from my looking around initially. So that's like what, 1,200 US for a website, and that would be like a 4 or 5 page website. So that's at a minimum, and then of course maximum could go like much higher. But I think on average, you're probably looking between $25,000 to $5,000 for just your kind of simple website. So I know, like, again, it does vary. So I know people that have spent $3,000 on a website. Some people that spend about $10,000. Again, other people's, like $2,000. So it depends, but yeah, it's a hard question to nail down because, again, there's just so many different clients and so many different variables. I need to raise my prices then on Upwork. Yeah, I guess that the thing is finding the clients, right? And being able to have that consistent income coming in. So yeah, and I don't know how many people that are looking for web designers here are going to go on Upwork. I don't even know, like, from the people that I know, at least at the university and other places that I've worked at, not very people even know what Upwork is. So like, I feel, I don't know, maybe I don't know if this is just personal bias or just from what I've experienced throughout my career, is that the majority of the people, when they want a website, they'll just ask somebody, say, hey, do you know somebody who needs a website or what have you? And then that's kind of how, like, the connections are made, which is why, I really think that focusing on this podcast is going to be such a good idea. Because number one, I get introduce myself to local businesses. Number two, the people that are going to be watching, like, hopefully the people that are going to be on the podcast are going to be telling all their friends and family about the episode. So those people are going to be watching it, and then just maybe random people also are going to be watching it because they're going to learn about whatever it is that we're going to be talking about, right? So it's just, I think that type of organic reach is probably the best way. Anyways, that's a little bit of an aside there, but yes, most people don't go on Upwork. People that go on Upwork, they're looking for a good deal. Yeah. So, I mean, and I think a lot of the people that might go on Upwork could be people that, like you said, they already kind of know what it's all about. And they're just like, hey, you know what? I just need to have a developer that I just need them to do this specific thing, and then charge, whatever the cost is, $50 an hour or whatever the cost is. And that's when you're paying by the hour, I feel like that's for creative people and for people that build things. It's so bad because you're basically punished for being really good at your job. If you and I are competing to build something, and, just for sake of argument, I could build it in 5 hours and you can build it in 1. But at the end of the day, we do the exact same quality of work. Like, I'm going to make 5 times as much money as you, which is insane, right? So that's where it's um, you know, it sucks for us as creatives, you know, to get that, to figure out exactly, you know, how to price yourself, right? So that you're actually getting paid, you know, what you're worth. So then you have to position yourself like 1,000 Americans or 1,000 American for the starting that you're known for, targeting only 3 types of businesses with simple but effective pages with no limit on pages. So I have seen somebody get burned on a number of pages where somebody wanted like 100 and something pages or whatever for a website. So you do need to be tricky on that. But that's, I think that's where I kind of want to start taking some notes here actually. Maybe let me actually open up a blank Word document here. So we can kind of maybe take some notes for what we're seeing and maybe just kind of, I don't know, we'll just be able to maybe just write down some notes on, you know, what we're thinking. So we can kind of figure out how we want to position ourselves and what kind of services and stuff that we want to offer. Yeah, that's exactly right. Avoid hourly rates by all means, because I can build a site in a day and I will basically get peanuts. Yeah, exactly. Which is why the whole value-based pricing makes a whole lot of sense. But then it's hard. It's definitely a dance, you know, especially because like from what Rolando's saying now here too, right? You know, a local business, they only need a homepage, contact, about, service, product, or single product pages, or maybe like a team page, maybe, you know, something like that. So yeah, they do need some simple stuff for sure. But again, you know, if you can build it if you're charging per hour and you build that site, like I said, even in a day, and you're charging $70 an hour, you know, then you're only going to make $400 or whatever. But charging $2,000, which is maybe the average going rate for a website here in Halifax, just an example, you know, just makes sense to charge that $2,000, right? So, and that's where it benefits us from being able to build websites as quickly as possible, which is the whole talk of templates and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, lots of things. So we're gonna kind of figure out all this stuff and try to see where we can kind of slot in. Because at the end of the day, well, I don't know at the end of the day what I would like Pixels to be seen as. You know, do we want to be seen as like the premium place to get a website, or do we want to try to capture the market and have like, you know, from premium to the cheaper ones? Like, I don't know. It's tough to say. But anyways, so let's take a look at some competition here. So there's Grandway Marketing. I've seen them before. Rolando, you sent me the link to these guys as well before, because I think they come up pretty quickly when you type in like Halifax web design. So let's see, services. So they do web design, e-commerce, web maintenance, SEO. So maybe let's put some notes here. So Grandway Marketing. Okay, you know what? Kevin's rolling in his not his grave, but I should be using Notion, right? So I throw up Word, like right off the bat. Okay, so what can we do here? Okay. Service-based business template. What was this? Oh yeah, this was for just what our template was going to be. Okay, new page. I don't even know how to do this, but competition analysis. So yeah, so we need a table Notion to track your competition. Yeah, and I guess, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to kind of track here, but so share the link so we can analyze it with you. Can I share a link? I don't know if I can, but you would think that maybe I have permission to do that. Okay, so here's one that I'm looking at. I guess it's kind of coming up here. You probably can't actually click on it, but this is this one here. Okay. You can track your advantages and disadvantages over each of them. Yeah, I don't, let me hang on a second. Control, zoom out a little bit here. Okay. So, okay, we want to make a table, right? I guess for now. So what do we want to have? Let's go company. Let's go website. How do you add another column? Just plus here? Am I doing the right? Should this be a table? I don't even know. Okay. Let's go services. No, not this kind of table. Okay. there's probably, okay, well, what kind of table? That's what I did, wasn't it? / table. That's what this is. Did I do it wrong? Oh, a database. Right, okay, that makes sense. Well then, so isn't that just like database? But table view? Or just database? What does this mean? Okay, this type of table. Not like a table, but a database table. Okay, that makes sense. And then what can I do with this thing? Can I change it? Like edit the view? So, oh, hang on. So just database, inline, full page, table view, board view. Okay, so I think we're fine with this for now. Okay, so how do I delete something? Delete. Delete. Okay. So column. So should I call in? I wanted to do a thing where I got a Zoom call, but if you want to do this live right now, and if you guys don't mind if we put a pause on this, I'm happy to give you a quick call right now on Zoom, and then we can just figure out how to do the layouts and the framework in OBS. So if you're cool with that, we can totally do that right now. So just give me like a yes or no, and we can set that up. Because I was going to do that later today or tomorrow or whatever anyway. So just like, figure out like how it should be. But yeah, happy to have you call in right now if you want to. Just let me know. Okay, perfect. Yes. All right. So, okay, what do I need to do? So I'm going to need to... It's basically going to take the Zoom call. All right. So first things first, let's open a Zoom. Let's get a meeting set up. And okay. Oh, so this might cut off some audio stuff, but you're going to need to hear the audio. So I'll put that in. If the audio cuts out here on the stream, do let me know. Okay, so that's going to be the window that we'll share. Okay, so I need to invite. All right. Copy the invite link. So I'm going to send it to you via Discord. I think that's probably the best way. All right, hang on a second. Okay. So Kevin, I think that's you because you're Rourke in Discord. Okay, Rolando. Okay, cool. So that agency has 46 pages indexed in Google. It uses the organization schema and the professional services schema. I don't have a tool to analyze its keywords. Okay. So that's good to know. Maybe we'll keep track of that somehow and somewhere. I mean, yeah, I guess the question too is like, what is it exactly that we're going to want to, like, what is it exactly that we're going to want to track anyways with our competition? All right, Kevin, what's going on? Can you hear me? Oh, I can't hear you. So that could that could be my, I don't know if that's my fault or your fault, but so because I know what I want. Yeah, no, I can't hear nothing. So my audio on. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure what could be going on. And you can hear me fine, right? Through the Zoom? Because do you still have the YouTube open? Because I can show you. So this is what I'm seeing. Obviously from the Zoom chat anyways. But what I need to do in the meantime is basically what I'm going to do for OBS is I'm going to set up a scene where I just can cut out your video and then I could stick that into OBS. So you might need to add Zoom audio tracks in OBS. Yeah, but even Sam, for right now, like I can't even hear him at all, even in my speakers. So I should be hearing him. Oh, maybe. No. Because my computer audio should still be coming in, right? And the Zoom should be coming in with the. Yeah, my audio doesn't come through the YouTube feed. Because I should be hearing anything that comes in through the computer. Oh, no, I just heard you, but it was quiet. Hang on. Okay, go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, interesting. Can anyone listening hear us?
They should be able to. Let's see if we get a thumbs up. I'll see why. I see the levels bouncing when you're talking, so it should be coming through.
Right.
So Rolando's saying it's still pretty low. And maybe what I can do is crank it. Can you just do a quick mic check here again?
Checking. Hear me.
Yeah, the levels are coming in, but it's a little bit. I don't know if there's like going to be bandwidth issues or whatever. If I got too much stuff going on, I doubt that. I mean, well, I don't know. Who knows? Okay, so real quick here, I'm going to see if I can. I'll create a quick scene here, actually. All right. And oh, you guys aren't going to be able to see that. All right, they're going to call this Zoom guest. That's not what I wanted. Let's go there and maybe a source. And we'll go window capture, this one, Zoom guest. Right. Okay, well, that's weird. Why is it not showing up? Oh, maybe, no, it's over top. So I'm trying to capture the Zoom video and it's just showing up as a blank, that blank white screen.
If you want to keep Notion up on the stream, I can just kind of walk.
Yeah, just walk through. That might be the easiest way to go, at least for now, until I figure out how to do this this OBS thing. But yeah, I don't know what's the audio. It's unfortunately, it just sounds like pretty choppy, which is kind of sucks. But what I could maybe do, maybe something a little like this, and then maybe I could even hide this one.
There you go.
All right. So yeah, I haven't even thought about again like what kind of things we're going to even want to capture. So maybe you guys here live can kind of help me out into thinking about what we can capture. But yeah, where do you want to start here?
I think, the first thing when I think about in terms of like tracking competition, like I said in the chat, maybe tracking, even as you review it, what are the advantages you have over them or disadvantages, or who's their primary clientele, like who are they appealing to?
Right.
So that when you have a bunch of these listed here, you can kind of zoom out and say, well, who's missing from this market, right? Here's 5 local competitors. Who are they not appealing to? Are they not appealing to accountants, mechanics, pet stores, whatever it is, right? Just to kind of zoom out and see what's missing. So the way that these databases work, similar to other databases, is that each column has a specific type of data that goes in it. So it could be just regular text, but you could also format it so it's a website address, it's a link, right? So you can paste the link there and it formats it properly as a link. But under name, I would rename that as from name. I would name that, you can leave a name, but like company name or something like that, so that it's clear what it is there. So yeah. And then just for the sake of using Notion, the second column there, I would change that to the link.
Yeah.
So maybe it from tags to link. And then we're going to.
Oh, no, that's icon. Sorry?
I would change the name first. So where it says tags, rename that to link at the top. There you go. And now we're going to change the property type, right? So we changed the name. Now we're going to change the property type. So so click that, and we're going to go look for something like a URL, right?
Yeah.
So now you'll paste the URL for this competitor into that site, into that field on the first row.
So that would be, as an example, so I go in here.
Yeah, so type in the name there.
Sorry, I think there's probably a little bit of a delay too, I imagine, so sorry about that. All right.
So now when you hover over that link, it should read as a link, right?
Yeah, I can click it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So right off the bat, we have 2 properties for this database. We have the name and we have the link, and we can keep adding properties such as multi-select. So if we want to say, who are they targeting, who's their target market, we can add a bunch of things there. And we'd want to use the multi-select because then we can filter by whatever options we put there.
Right. And and we can just add the options here. Very similar to Airtable in this respect.
Very similar. And you'll, even just as you type it, you can add it there. So you can preload in a bunch of options and then just choose the ones for this one if you want. I don't know what their target market is, so we might have to review that or as we go through it.
Right.
But that's multi-select. So then maybe add another column for, advantages or disadvantages versus you.
Yeah. Sorry, Rolando was just saying the audio is really bad. Yeah, I apologize about that, Rolando. This is our on the air impromptu, just trying to get things flying. So I'll definitely figure this out, and we'll make sure to get it better next time. So I'm not sure what else we can do. So just as an example here, let's just say, oh geez, I think we can go real quick here, like construction. Yeah. Okay, put that in there. Bring this back. Okay, sorry. Then after the target market, you were thinking like services, you're saying?
Sure, yeah. What services do they offer? And that could be a multi-select also.
And then I imagine too, we're going to be able to do some pretty cool filtering too to see like, what businesses are offering this type of service or what have you. And
Right. And so where you had clicked before on table and you talked about creating a view, that's where you can create a view of just this type of filter. So you don't have to reset the filter each time. You just click onto that view and then it's already preset however you filtered it.
right. So just a couple options here. So there was SEO. I think there was just website design. Just a few kind of things right there. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we got link. We got target market. We got the services that they're offering. Is there anything else that Rolando was saying to track? I don't see anything specifically right from there. Yeah. So I think the idea too is well, I don't know what your thoughts are on this too, because what I'm thinking, at least for me, is maybe just trying to, at least initially, to just really focus on doing web design and just not worrying about any other services, just to see if I get my foot in through the door. So if that's my idea in mind, what kinds of things would be important to know? I guess maybe like the price point of what people are charging for that specific service. And yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting if they list who their clients are also, because I mean, you could approach who their clients are and you can kind of get a sense from there. Are those high-end luxury? Are those independent owners? Are they, franchises? Who are their customers if they list that, under the our work section or whatever that is.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of these things, you probably like the multi-select for all of these fields that work the best for something like that.
I don't know that I would do multi-select because it's not like the same customer would appear under different vendors,
Right.
under different competitors. So it could just be regular text.
Yeah. Is there a difference between text field versus, like, how Webflow has just a small text versus like a larger rich text, or is it just text is fine?
Just text is fine. And what you'll see when you choose text here, that's choosing it as a property. But what you'll see when you expand a row from a database, it's its own page, and you could just type in, an infinite amount. So,
right.
For example, if you go all the way to the left of the database and you go back to the name field, you can click on that word open, and you'll see that each row is its own page, which you can then get, really deep into.
Oh, right. So here's where I could type in, whatever. And
right. So
each
of those properties that we added hang out at the top, and you can rearrange them and you can organize them differently. But then you have another blank canvas there. You can nest more tables inside of there. You can connect tables differently. You can add lots of functionality within each of these as its own page, but the properties at the top gives you the same structure for each one of them.
Right. Yeah. So I could definitely see how this could be really powerful when you start linking stuff together.
Yeah. And you can set templates that you can choose from inside of that page. So you can say, all right, I'm going to design this template, and one of those sections might be, instances of their work. And then you can just, paste in a few links, but it always kind of looks the same or goes into the same spot.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll put this in as in like, I guess, client list.
Yeah.
And so Rolando here saying too, it'd be a good idea to track the initial price, or price range or something like that. If it's going to be a range, or say we want to, that's interesting. So again, it's a number field, I guess, for just one specific number. But if it's a range of numbers, again, is that something maybe that's a text field that would be the best thing, or?
I think you can do ranges actually.
Oh, well, wow.
Go to number, and then you can edit number. So now click on number, maybe number format.
Sorry.
right under that. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Go to number format. There might be an option there.
Oh, number format seems to be like the currency type.
All right, so it's not there. I think there's a place to do ranges.
The
I
maybe,
haven't done that in a while, but
yeah, it's not under type here. That's a bar, a ring. I wonder.
do some start and end point so it knows what percentage is something complete.
Oh, I gotta do like a roll up. Yeah. Text.
Might not be.
Not too serious. Okay, well, I guess for now we can just, we'll just keep it as a number. I think that's enough for this initial thing, so we can kind of get an idea maybe of what we think each one's got, what each company's charging.
A multi-select where you create these ranges of, 0 to 1,000,
Oh, Yeah,
1,000 to 5,000, that sort of thing.
yeah,
And
that's
that
actually,
way, just pick that. Or it could really be a selection of books.
yeah, I actually like that. You know, but the only thing I guess that I'm thinking of is, is it going to make sense in some way down the line to use a number so you can actually do some calculations or do something with a number? Because if it's in a text or if it's in a select, you can't really do much with it. Do you know what I mean?
But there are some formulas you can do where you can say if this cell has this range, then give me this number as some sort of median and then do it. But you're right, you can do that. That might be version 1.0.
Yeah.
We're at 0.5 right now.
Yeah. No, exactly. Oops, I'm not even getting these numbers right. And then we can just do one last one. Nope. Right. Okay. So what do we have? Okay, what are these columns here?
Putting out from here for databases, which is one of my favorite things, is as many of these columns as you have out here, you don't need to look at all of them right now. You can hide some of them from this view, just so it's cleaner and you're not scrolling back and forth.
Right.
So I think you hit the ... next to new on the top right there.
That's not, is that this one here? Yeah, next to new. Yep.
Then we should be able to see, click on properties where it says 8 shown. And we can turn these off. So you're not viewing them here. They're still visible when you open the page, but just for creating this look that you want and accessing the data that's immediately important to you, you can just hide it from this view.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Makes it a lot easier to see things. Yeah. Cool. So I do know that we do want to get rid of this thing. I think that was just nothing. Or did I mess that one up?
I don't know where that came from, but yeah, let's delete it.
Oh, I might have deleted the wrong thing. Because what is this? Now it just says average. What did I do there? Okay. Let me just show all here just for a second. So links, client list, price range. Right. So we'll delete this one. There's nothing in here. And services. Yeah. Okay. We have all that. Okay.
So this is probably a good start. And, I can take your answer off air if you want to kind of go off of this, and then we can connect more, for some other cool functionality you can do with this.
Yeah. No, that sounds really good too. And especially if I can just take a few minutes and just think about what it makes sense to actually collect based on what it is I want to do, and then figure out what's the best way to actually put this in some kind of table format or whatever, or a database. But that's pretty cool though. I'm really liking it. I'm seeing the possibilities, but yeah, again, I'm very cautious of getting drawn into this whole Notion thing where I'm going to be spending all this time making crazy database stuff and maybe it's not really worthwhile or whatever. I mean, I can't see it not being worthwhile, but you can get sucked in pretty deep into this, it looks like. So
You can infinitely customize this, but even at a high level like this, it's probably a helpful structure just to do what you were about to do anyway. So if you spend 5 minutes setting it up, now you have this foundation.
right, right. Have you, just while I have you on here, have you used this or seen people use this as like a company-wide wiki to just have for informational purposes? Like other places I've worked to, we used like Jira, and there was like a Jira wiki thing too. And there's a few other things that people use that are specific for wikis. But would something like this be appropriate? Like I know for me, I mean, it's just me now, but I'm hoping, in the future, sometime next year, I could bring on a couple more people or what have you, and just have like my procedures just written down so that people can review them.
It's one of the best ways you can do it. And because you can just keep adding different resources, it's very flexible. There are some templates in Notion that are, I think, wiki based. And personally, for what I do in the hotel industry, I use a similar program to Notion called Coda. I
Yeah.
use that as my wiki. And the only reason I use Coda is because my company at some point in 2019 blocked Notion. And
Oh,
because they blocked Notion, I needed to find an alternative. Now they've since unblocked Notion, but I've already built out my life in Coda. So I use Coda for work, but I use Notion still for personal things. And even tracking the things I do for my web clients, I do in Notion.
right, right. Okay. So when you say you're tracking things like in like a Kanban board you're using for tracking the work you do, or is it just more like a to-do list?
I use databases, typically these sort of tables where I'm listing, who's my contact, what was the date I began working with them, what are the links to their websites, what are the files. I'll drop in there certain files like, major files like logos and things like that. You can do color swatches in some weird way in Notion where you kind of set the background to be a color and then you just
Yeah.
label it as the X, right? So it's just this good reference, and I can track how much we agreed upon. I take notes of our phone calls in there. um, do I put passwords and things in there sometimes? Yeah, I probably shouldn't, but just so I can go and say, okay, this was the password for their domain manager. I know where to go get it. Don't tell
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Do you, so the reason why I'm asking these questions is because I use Asana for managing work with my clients. And what I like about it is that I give them access to it as well too. So when they want anything, like they want some work to be done, all the communication is done through Asana. So they just go in, type in what they want, set in a due date, and then I just get it done. So I would imagine we could do something similar to that in Notion, where you can set up a to-do list or what have you, and they could just write in the work that needs to get done. Like if I give them access to a specific, I don't know what it's called, like a board or a page or what have you.
Yes. You can have a page for just each company, right? Each company can have their own page. And then you're sharing access to that page with the company, and they can go in there and put in notes. And if they're logged in, you can see which user put that in. Um, and then track it along the way. So there's a number of ways you can do that.
Yeah. And could you hide certain information? Like you were saying, oh, I was keeping track of like how much they paid and who the contact information was. Could you keep some stuff separate that only like people in that company could see, but then share just individual to-do lists with the client? Can you get that granular?
I don't know, but for that I don't know the answer, but if you couldn't, then what you'd probably want to do is have two separate databases.
Yeah.
One that's front facing, one that's back end, and then another one that maybe only you are able to see the connection between those two.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. All right. So lots to play around with, lots to think about as well too. So this is really cool. Kevin, I really appreciate you coming on, brother, man. This is awesome. And for everyone else, I do apologize. I know the sound, there were some issues there. I'm not sure how we're going to fix that up yet. But it probably has to do with my end. So Kevin, nothing wrong with you for sure, but something here on my end with my new audio platform and everything. So we'll figure it out for sure.
All right. Good luck, and let me know when you're ready to have me back on.
All right. You got it, man. Take care.
Bye.
All right. There we go. Yeah, that was awesome. So thanks again, Kevin. And like I was saying, guys, I do apologize if the sound was really, really bad. I could hear him fine, but I guess because, it's on the computer or what have you. So maybe there's some issues with it coming from the computer and then routing it into OBS or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll figure it out, and we'll make sure that, once we do start having regular guests, that it's, it's going to sound good. So So yeah, okay. So the one thing I was thinking about as we're kind of going through that is really just trying to understand what kind of data it's going to make sense to collect. And I want to keep it as simple as possible at the start because, well, number one, we don't want to collect an overabundance of data that's not really going to help us in our goals. Because I think what I really want to do is just kind of get a feel for what's out there, where people can kind of get certain things. And I think it'll also be a really good thing to have a little bit of a list of if there's even people that contact me and they're looking for a specific thing. And if I can't do it for them, I could bring up my own little list of people that I have, in my network or whatever, and then kind of refer them to it. And that being said, I wonder, maybe this is something I'm not going to want to share, but if we have like a rating system for like what tier I think that the person could be in, whether they're like the high quality work, mid tier or low tier. So then I could kind of, maybe that's almost like what the budget would be, like if it's 3 stars, 2 stars, or 1 stars, but just kind of having a way to kind of organize the people that, who I would feel comfortable recommending to. Because that's the thing too, is I don't want to just recommend to anybody. I'd want to recommend to people that I actually know. So maybe there's something that could be done if I'm actually talking to these people or, bring some other designers or whatever onto the podcast as an example, right? So let me just put in something for like a star. Now, can we do like a rating? I guess if we want to do a rating, we can do maybe just a number, and the number will be like 1 through 5. And then maybe can we represent that as stars? I know you can do that in Airtable. I've done that in Airtable. So, yeah, let's go number. And I think, was there a type here where we can, not the type. Oops, where were we again? Yeah. So if we can edit this property, yeah, number format. Oh, here we go. I didn't see. So number with commas. Oh, percent. Oh, dollars. Oh, okay. It's just dollars. Ringgits, all that kind of stuff. You could add the technologies that the agencies use so that you can see what the real competition is with Webflow. That's a really great point. We'll definitely do that. Okay, so this is just going to be a number. Yeah, I imagine, what's this? Oh, that's the icon. So let's just go rating, and let's just type in 3 stars. And so we can hide this in view, so we don't want to need to hide it, or we don't need to see it right now. And yeah, let's just leave that like that for now. And let's put the technologies. So again, I guess they could have multiple technologies as well too. So maybe that's another thing that makes sense to put in a multi-select. So let's just say maybe like web technologies. So it'll be specific to just building websites, not, what cameras they're using and all that kind of stuff. So web technologies, and we'll just say Webflow, WordPress, let's just say Shopify, Squarespace, capital S. That's good enough. Squarespace. What's another big one? Wix. Okay, we'll leave that for now. I think that's fine. So Kevin, you could do a select value and set each option as a different number of stars using emojis. Oh, right. Select. That makes sense. Right. Okay, so let's try that. So let's go select. Right. And the option is, well, that one we need to be an emoji. How do we get emojis on here? I think it's, do we have to cut and paste an emoji from somewhere? Type, no, select. Because if we, Windows button, period. Windows, period. Oh, this is genius. I never knew that. It's amazing. Right, star. Right. And Control dot. Nope. Wait. Windows key dot. That closed. That closed the sidebar. And Windows dot. 1, 2, 3. So Rolando, so for me personally, because I'm not going to do WordPress, I'm not going to really worry about what builder they're using in WordPress. So it's just like if they're using WordPress, then they're using WordPress. That's kind of all I would care about. I wouldn't want to go any further than that. And like for you, I think it makes sense if you're, into WordPress, but for me, because I'm not, it doesn't. WordPress is good enough. This is a good shortcut key, window key and period. So that's awesome. Okay. So that's great. Let's hide this in view. But now we need to, okay, look at all the properties. So this rating, so can we delete this from here? We can bring it up and then we can delete property and delete that one. Okay. And this select, we need to put it as rating. Okay. Excellent. So this one went out of order because I like link to just be, at the start here. Okay. So let's have a look and let's see what we can do. We don't actually even need that sidebar. So let's get ourselves some more room. So let's see what we can glean from this. Again, I'm not going to do any kind of analysis on what I think of the design or anything like that. With that being said, yeah, I wonder if there could be some correlation with how good or bad I think a website itself looks and how good of a marketing tool I think it is. But yeah, it's tough because we're not going to know what sales, an actual website is doing. And I don't think the look of a website is going to be indicative of how much business that company is doing. Because this one seems like, over 80 website examples, 55 reviews. If you're getting 55 reviews, I think you're going to have quite a few hundred businesses that have come through the door, because not everyone's going to be leaving a review. So, maybe what year they started, current number of Google reviews. Yeah, so like time in business, I guess would be the thing. So that's just years in business. Years in business. Yeah. And is that going to be a new one if I just hit enter? And good to say. So maybe just the number of Google reviews and the Google rating. Number of Google reviews, which is just a number. Should be a number. And we'll just say Google rating, right? And that is a number. Okay. So if we click here, I guess we're going to need to go onto Google for this actually. Or let's maybe maps. And let's go Halifax website design. Okay. That's a little fishy. All 5 stars on average. That's a little fishy, but hey, we'll go with it. But that's good. Good for him. So I don't know how to say how many years in business. Okay. So let's see what we can do to populate this. Is there a way to bring up just like this? Like we open this. Yeah, this brings up. Yeah, it does. Okay, that's the open. So it's not just that column. It's the whole row. Right. Okay. So let's have a quick look here. So services, web design, e-commerce, web maintenance, SEO. So we can go service. What was it? Website design, SEO. What else was it? E-commerce, right. Can we create one? How do we create one? I could probably just start typing this in, eh? E-commerce. There we go. Did I spell that correctly? And maintenance. Actually, that's not a bad thing to put in there. Web maintenance, because that's the recurring revenue. So that's pretty good. Web maintenance. Okay, so those are the 4 services. And then target market. I'm just going to also say, actually looking at it like this is so much better. Then you don't have to scroll through the sides. I like it like this. So, I mean, what do they have? Construction. Industry. Or maybe industrial is actually makes the most sense. I kind of know. It's kind of like construction, I guess. But, so what do we got? Health. We got non-profit. And obviously, oh, e-commerce is spelled with a C. So I did spell it wrong. 50 reviews. I mean, they look like real reviews. Okay. Okay, they do have some stuff here, other. It's tough to say. So these look all the same here, these 3. But what is this? Oh, it just goes on to this website. An FMG Publishing. So what does this go to? Focus Media Group. Okay. Just looking to see if they have something that says where their website was designed, to see if it'll go back to this Grandway Marketing. Counting partner. And then in terms of technologies, I mean, we can see if we can see what we got here. And this is WordPress website. So definitely WordPress. So we'll throw WordPress in there. Assuming that this is the site that he made. I mean, it links to it. So I would assume it's the same website. I mean, can we see this website itself? Elegant Themes. Elegant Themes is WordPress for sure. Well, actually, is it WordPress for sure? I'm almost 100% positive. Elegant Themes. Yeah. WordPress. Yeah. So, did you see, was there Yoast in there as well? Where was it? Oh, well, Rolando, of course, you're probably using it. All right, or you just typed it in the browser. So, WordPress. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I'll throw it in here for now because it's just kind of an idea of, what you're using to actually maybe do some SEO stuff. I mean, if that's what he's doing with his SEO, he's probably using that, I would imagine, to run the SEO. So Kevin, you could call some of these WordPress sites and pitch them on Webflow, being so much more user-friendly for them to enter their own content instead of paying for that service from current vendor. So you're saying contact basically Grandway Marketing's customer base, and just talking to them the difference between Webflow and WordPress. So that's it. Yeah, is that, like, I know that's what business people do when they cold call people, but I feel, I don't know, that's weird. It's like, hey, I noticed that you have WordPress. Did you know that it's terrible and that I can build it for you in Webflow? Yeah, I feel like even having, like, that's where I think cool videos, which will talk about the difference between Webflow and WordPress, might be instrumental to just kind of push people in that direction. But yeah, I hear what you're saying and I like what you're saying. I just don't know how I would do that. I guess that's the whole thing too. Yeah. Are you happy with current experience and pricing? And that's where I'm really hopeful, you know, that if I can get people on the phone and say, hey, listen, I'm a web designer, you know, I do this stuff, you know, I'm really interested in local businesses, you know, are you happy on coming on podcast or what have you? And then I could, you know, I don't want to say too much stuff, but obviously if they're in my home here in the studio and they're talking about their business, I could definitely talk about like if they're happy or whatever the case may be, and we could have those types of discussions. But I don't know how to have those discussions, like I guess over the phone as a cold call. But that's where I know 100% I am not a salesperson. I've never done it before, like cold calling. So I'm sure I would suck at it, but it might be funny to actually record me doing some of those cold callings because I have no idea, you know, hey, are you happy with your whatever? Try this or whatever. But if you target Elementor clients because their sites are bloated, and it's a known fact, you could potentially make positive change with those. Yeah, so that is a really good point as well too. So if you know that somebody is using a specific service and that they're probably having issues with it, so that's a good point. So with that being said then, so that's so Rolando was saying that too. So now that makes more sense then, because when Rolando said this, like know whether you're using Divi, Elementor, or Bricks, I was like, well, I don't care about that because I'm not thinking about it in that way. I just want to know what people are using. But if we're going to use this information to try to understand which clients we can reach out to, then yeah, I guess that makes a whole lot of sense then, because if those things are, you know, if those are the causing pain points, we can kind of get to that. So that's really, you guys, yeah, I mean, you guys know what you're talking about. So this is good. So let's put something, I don't even know what to put this in, but let's go. I'm sure we can do this, is like have a multi-select, but have it only, can you have it only appearing if like WordPress is like used? So let's just say WordPress, like builders or builder, if they're using one. So if you put that in there and then, where did it go? WordPress builder. So we know this one is, I think it was Divi for this one. So we'll put that. So brother, you got to hit the streets, make a vlog out of it. Oh man. Yeah. We'll do something. I have no idea what, but yeah, definitely get out of the comfort zone and get making some money. Right. Okay. Sorry, Rolando. So that makes sense now. So this is good. Okay. You gotta hit the streets. Yeah. If you get a chance later, watch this video. A guy who records his cold call for pitching his services. Yeah. And that's the thing too, is if you're just good at sales, you could like sell anything. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to, if you can't post it on here, like if it's not showing up links because links won't show, then, I wonder, you think you could post like another YouTube video. So at least it's keeping the person on the platform. And anyways, maybe you can just throw it up in Discord. I was analyzing some of your pages, for example, the Windows page, and the indexing is terrible. It does not address semantic SEO. So do you mean my pages as in like this page as well too? It's possible. So this page, this was done up pretty quickly. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done on this one. So yeah, I could definitely use some work on that, Rolando, if that's the page you're talking about. But this whole thing, once I think I haven't really talked about this, but I guess I'll just say this real quickly. Once we kind of do a little bit of, analysis here in terms of competition and whatever, then we'll use that information to kind of figure out what we need to build on our website. And again, nothing fancy at all. And then we can make it, you're talking about grand marketing pages. Okay, that's okay, good. But regardless, it still makes sense too that I want to make sure that whatever I kind of rebuild and retool things, that we make it semantic and that we have the best possible chances of ranking as high as we can. So that's crazy. That's crazy. So the indexing is terrible. Doesn't address semantic SEO. And yet still, if you type in Halifax website design, they still show up as number one. So would a proper conclusion, can we say that we're looking at people that are ranking really high for Halifax web design, And the people that are turning up number one are not even using semantic SEO. So if I worked at building a better website, more semantic, and then of course getting more traffic and more reviews and all that kind of stuff, that I should be able to outrank these businesses fairly quickly or within 6 months. I don't know how long it takes. Would that be an accurate, kind of conclusion that we can draw? Again, we're all still on the first website here. So that's interesting. It's very interesting. So channel name is Pavlo. And video name is how I book 3 to 5 meetings a day. Okay, so I think you put it in there. Okay. It's a service you can pitch also. Are there clients ranking high? If not, can you do a better job? Yeah. Well, see, that's why I need to make some cash. So then I could just hire Rolando to do that SEO stuff. And bring you guys on board. Cause I know I could do it, but it's like, I don't know. It's not my forte. I'm a designer. I like to make things look pretty. But yeah. So Ronald's saying yes, because it has many reviews on Google Maps. Also, they probably have a lot of backlinks because every page they make put a backlink to his page. Yeah, and I tried to do that on some of my my clients, and they're like, yeah, they're not really a big fan. So I think there's a way to put in backlinks that don't appear in the HTML, but you can put it in like the metadata of the page. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of metadata, Rolando, you probably know about this, that I can put on my clients' page, especially the ones that are getting thousands and thousands of page views. If I could put something in there that backlinks to Pixel as like the design agency or the tech contact or something, maybe that would help a little bit with my rankings as well. So that would be, anyway, something to consider. Lots of things. But yeah, services pitching. Yeah, no, that's really good. So that's, yeah, kind of, they won't let me. That's the thing. They won't let me. They're like, no, they don't want that. Right. So if the client's like, don't put your name on our website, like, I got to respect that. Right. But yeah, so if we put in the metadata, hopefully it's just kind of the same thing, because maybe Google's smart now that when you just have all these links to your site, it's not necessarily that beneficial. So hopefully if I could put in the metadata, and then that could help with my search juice. Sorry, my Google juice. Anyways, can we, like, if we watch a YouTube video, I'll watch that later. We'll take a look, and then maybe we can figure out how we can get start doing some calls. Like I said, on the live stream. So maybe maybe we do one thing a week where we're actually doing cold calls or whatever the case may be. I really hope though I get to the point where I don't have to do cold calls, where people just know me and then people are calling me. That's the gold standard, right? To not have to hit the floor as hard or hit the streets or whatever it is. And just have people, come to me and be so good at business that it basically just sells itself, right? Okay. Grandway marketing. Right. Years in business. I don't know if we can find that out. It looks like you could only contact them with a contact form. And get a free quote. It's the same thing. It goes to the contact. So it does have a blog. Hasn't blogged. Oh, is this in order? September. Why is it January beside a September blog? Oh, this is news. Okay. So not that active on the blog. Contact. Team is available for support. How do they get support? Okay, so that to me, that's not good. A customer should have a direct line to you. Create your own free forms. HubSpot. Okay. Submit a request 24/7. Yeah, that's submitting a request, but it's not. Yeah, that's okay. That's interesting. So maybe we can. Let's get a text and let's put like support options. I don't even know how to really say this. Support options. I guess. Seems like a user has to fill out a support ticket through their website. AKA, this is just a form as well. It's not even like a Zen desk or anything like that. That's just a straight form, I think. Let's have a quick look. Oop. Where are we? Oh, it's like a HubSpot form. Okay. But yeah. So it goes into his system, but yeah. Okay, Ronald, move on. Okay, we'll move on. Advantage Pixel. Yeah, I feel like tennis. Okay. So years in business, don't know. Price range, don't know. Client list. We can fill that out later. Okay. So, all right, close this. So I came across this one, but I'm going to skip this one because I don't know if they're for sure in, well, let's go agency, if they're in Halifax. So let's just close this. Let's go to Hop Creative. Okay, so we want a new one. Oh, before, check that the first thing he does is speak on video, which makes it more personal. Not like, yeah, that's right. That's a good point. So, all right, let's open this. So let's add a property and let's just give this one text. Let's just call it, just general observations for now anyways. And then we'll say, has a, whatever, just a talking head video on the homepage. Gives a personal touch, I guess. Okay. Okay, so, right, now we're at Hop. Is it just one word? Creative? Not sure. So I think this is like a one-person business, if I'm not mistaken. And there's going to be there's some people here that I know, that I actually know. So I won't be saying kind of like who I know or whatever, but yeah. And they don't have offices. It's a co-working space. Okay. I didn't see that, but I guess we can, wait, hang on. Oh, I can open this up, right? No, comment. Oh, that's in here to continue with an empty page. Okay. As Talking Heads video on the homepage gives personal touch and no offices, co-working space. So I imagine, Rolando, that this is probably like a one-person shop, you know, for this guy, right? Like About Us. Oh, okay, maybe he has a couple. Oh, here we go. 2017. We have this here. Maybe I should have checked the About page. Yeah, okay. All right, Hop Creative. It appears to be a freelancer with a business entity. That's why it uses a template. It's not an agency. Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with that. Seems about right. Okay. So we got Hop Creative now. Okay, how do I, come on, close. And let's go here. Okay, a tiny yet powerful design house. Let's do this. Probably goes to, it doesn't go to contact, it goes to about. Interesting. You work one-to-one. Okay, so this is an individual person. Yeah. 20 years. Okay. Lots of areas of focus here. So, freelancer, just one person. Support options, web technology, not technologies, services. There we go. So web design, web development. Okay. UX design, HTML, CSS. Okay. Mobile, wireframing. Yeah. SEO. Digital marketing. Not sure what that means, but we'll throw it in there. And photo video editing. Throw that in there. Hop is using Squarespace. Are they using Squarespace for their own personal website or for all of their clients as well? I mean, generally speaking, they're probably working with this, like, the same. Brilliant. Okay. So contact. Again, yeah, don't know anything about support options are unknown. Yeah, so for their own website, it's Squarespace. Okay, so we'll see if we can see what they're using for their clients. Oh, here we go. So it's that's what they're gonna do. So Squarespace is the best CMS on the planet. Okay, so I think we could stop there because that's probably what they're going to be using. So get started again brings them to the contact form. Okay. Years in business. Well, this is tough. He says like 15 years of experience. Yeah, 15 years. We'll just go with 15. All right. What do we got? Construction. Doggy daycare. So we can just look this real quick. Yeah, Squarespace site. '88 index pages, mostly Blogspot. What does that mean when you say mostly Blogspot? Like that's where, like, yeah, I'm just not sure what that means. But like 88 pages on their, like on their website, right, are indexed. Oh, blog posts. Right. Okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to say what their client list is. Oh my goodness, they got lots of stuff going on here. Research project. Okay, wonder it's still up. Does that look like? This looks a little bit different, which is okay. Could have just changed. Yeah, it doesn't say who built it. Like if I have to say like the target market, I don't know, just like various small businesses / groups. It's kind of what it looks like to me. There's nothing here that sticks out like, you know, like a big company. Although, is this engineering firm here? Copyright 2015. Maybe time to update a little bit. Site by Hop Creative. So are these guys just kind of not in business anymore? Okay, well, they got bought out in January 2024. Interesting. News. So they got bought out. Okay, interesting. Yeah, he uses Squarespace to create his websites that he sells. Yeah, Advantage Pixel. Yeah, I guess the key is going to be how the hell do we let everyone know that, you know, we can do work that's better than anybody else in the area. That's what we need to figure out how we can do. Okay. So that's an initial thing on Hop Creative. Let's see if we can go in and see. Okay, here we go. So they have 4 Google reviews and a rating of 5. I think I have like 4 reviews myself, or maybe I have 6. Do I even come up? I think I come up. Yeah, Pixel. So I have 4 reviews. Okay. So I need to get more. I need to get more reviews. Geez, clients don't want to leave reviews. Okay. Price range unknown. Rating, support options, don't know. Definitely not a WordPress builder. Okay. I think let's move on. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, I've reached out to them and I have done stuff like that, but I think I need to do it again. But yeah, we need to get that client up. No, for sure. Because you don't want to. I don't want to bug people too much because, you know, you bug them once, then you know they don't do it. You know, they don't want to do it, I guess. All right, here's the next one. Can I leave this in the chat? Oh, I can put up the links. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, here's the next one. Imediac. I'm not sure what this is, but let's see. So I think they are in Halifax. They're just downtown. Okay, so they got web design Bridgewater. That's just like a town, like an hour away. Web development service Halifax. Interesting. They got all these different pages to try to get their SEO game up, which I don't know. I guess it works. We'll see. Okay, so what do they do? Okay, they do a bunch of stuff. Interesting. ChatGPT AI integrator. So these guys seems like they're a little bit more technical for what they do. Oh yeah, let's build something great together. Custom software, mobile apps. Okay. So, all right, let's go. We need a new one. Let's go here. I guess we can go. I probably already have it in the in our clipboard. That's okay. All right. Okay. So, yeah, they got some good reviews there. Google rating 5.0. Number of reviews 39. I need this thing to have like a decimal place, right? Number with comma. Just number with decimal. Or maybe it just number format. Is commas the same thing as decimal? I don't think so. Okay, anyways, not too important right now. They have index pages. So maybe, should I put that in? I'll put that in there, Rolando, because you said it before and I should just write it down. Indexed pages. That's a number. So you have 80. And then I'll just open this one here. And you said 88, I think, for this one. And I'm scrolling up to see if you commented on, yeah, you did. 46 for these guys. Okay. Okay. I wanted to see what they said. Ah, well. Doesn't matter. Okay. Web design and apps, I'll just put that under web development. And I'll just say, well, e-commerce. I gotta spell that one correctly. SEO. Yeah, no, I know they're definitely more technical. So we'll put software development. So I wouldn't say, yeah, they're for sure not 100% direct competition, maybe like 10% or whatever, because if somebody wants a website, they might build it. But yeah, they're definitely more custom. And let's see. Custom websites. Yeah. So let's put in here general observations. Much more technical oriented for custom solutions. Or technically oriented. Maybe that's the right way. Contact. Yeah. Let's look at their team. They have a larger team. Yeah. Visit the web design service pages. Web design. Nova Scotia Help. I've worked with Nova Scotia Help before. I should put them on my list of clients. Okay, so Best Stream Soup. Story, yeah. Custom design, web hosting, content management. On top of our easy, what's their easy to use CMS? I would like to know. I bet you they would be the type of business that would come up with like their own, like this is our own custom like WordPress thing. Mobile friendly, yeah. 5-star support. We'll keep your content up to date on your behalf. Yeah, so that's one of the things that I always said that we'd want to provide our customers. If you don't want to worry about anything, we'll do all the content updating for you. Fully customized website design. Yep. You want to move. We take care of transferring all of your website's components, whether it's from another site or a platform or WordPress, because let's be honest, your site is probably in WordPress, which is why you're coming to us in the first place. Keeping your website appearance aligned with contemporary design trends is vital. Logo design. Okay, so that's kind of just thrown in there at the bottom. Maybe that's something that they outsource. I bet it's a form. Form goes to Airtable, and then Airtable goes to their site. You could do the same with Webflow. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, Advantage Pixel. Yeah. It's quite possible. It's quite possible for their for the form. I guess you're talking about blah blah blah, keeping their content up to date. Yeah, right here, the 5-star support. That could very well be Advantage Pixel. I like it. It's all pumping me up, Kevin. Yeah, it's great. Okay. Let's see. Do they have like a case study? Let's visit their website. Maybe we can get a little bit of a taste for what they, okay, no. Okay, definitely nothing, nothing too fancy about this website for sure. Catering, franchising. Having these social media icons at the top, that's the early 2000s. You have someone on your website, don't send them away to Instagram. At the bottom makes perfect sense. Not at the top. Not at the top right. Okay, let's have a quick look. I don't like doing it this way. Let's go Control U instead. Bootstrap. Site default. Core. Windows.net. What the hell? CMS form. Oh yeah, that looks like Bootstrap right there. I feel like, yeah, they have like their own custom thing that they're just doing, that they're building. I don't recognize anything here at all. Font awesome. Yeah. Like Windows.net. Yeah, interesting. I don't know what they're using. I'm just going to say custom with a question mark because I think it's custom. So anyways. Okay. Years in business. Do we have a years in business that we can kind of throw in here? Oh my goodness, Sam. Install Wapalizer extension. It spits out the tech used on any site. Well, that's cool. I kind of like seeing if I can figure it out on my own, but that sounds cool. So that is an extension, I would imagine. Let's see if we can figure it out. Yeah, Rolando, be careful. We don't want to. We don't want to hear about you in the news. Here lies Rolando. Made lunch too late. I was smacked too many times. The last smack was the lethal one. Yes, prepare lunch and have a good one, man. Thanks for your help today. We'll see you next time. Or see you tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow. Yeah. Well, not hopefully. Like I'll be here tomorrow, but hopefully you'll be here tomorrow. Okay, so let's what do we do? Let's just like search for it. Wapalizer. Okay, we probably have to go to the store. WAPPA. All right, I'm trusting you on this one, Sam. I didn't even look at any of the whatever it is that like what like requirements or permissions or whatever that they need. I don't think they'll find me. Uh-oh. That's not good. Yeah, you better get going, man. You make that sandwich before you're lost forever. Oh, absolutely. Trusted source. Yep. All right. Okay. We're there. Let's just pin it so we can see. And let's go here. Let's go back home. And let's see what this says. Yeah, ASP.NET. Like, come on. What is this, 1995? What the hell? Okay, interesting. Tag manager, JavaScript libraries, and they got the Bootstrap. Windows Server. Yeah, that's like they're running their own servers, I would imagine. Okay, let's see what it says when this comes up. Oh yeah, reload. Fair enough. Okay, nothing's coming up. Here we go. We got Fathom, JS, Google. Okay. So this is the page builder. ClickBank. Do I have a ClickBank somewhere? Yes. Or that would probably be the ClickBank is probably the one for like the partner stack, maybe. Adobe fonts, I need to get rid of that because I don't use that anymore. And there shouldn't be a Google font. Maybe it's just put into Webflow. Cool. Well, that's kind of cool. Cool. Awesome. So, yeah, that's cool. Okay. Where are we? We are about 3:30. I think what we'll do, I think I'll stop it here before I get too far into this. So this is just kind of an initial kind of sampling of, I think, what I'm going to do. So I'll do a little bit more fooling around and thinking about, again, what kind of things to actually track. And again, I don't want to spend days and days and days trying to analyze these sites. So I think I'll go through them as quickly as I can and kind of get a few of them in. And then what we can do with that information, again, is, I guess, try to figure out what we should put on our website and kind of how we should maybe think about positioning ourselves. Yeah, I don't know. There's going to be something to do with what information we're collecting and how that could guide us to what we need to put on our website and what we can show. Yeah, because I know there's a bunch of services that I can offer, but the question is, should I offer them? And yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. You know, like, do I put anything about the fact that I can do video production on there, or do we just keep it the site specific to web design? Or do we try to look for holes? It's yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I never really analyzed anything I've done for my business in a detailed way in terms of looking at what other people are doing and trying to see holes and trying to see how I could fit into that hole. It's always been more of, well, what can I do and what do I like to do and what do I want to try to do and how do I make that fit? So, you know, probably not the best way, I guess, to do business. It's more of like saying, hey, what's out there and how can you get into that market, right? If you see any kind of glaring holes or opportunities, I guess you can say. So I haven't done that before. So this is a kind of a new process for me. So we'll see how that goes. Because I think part of my thinking too is like, well, I'm a web designer. It's like, yeah, of course there's other web designers out there. Doesn't mean there's not room for one more, or that I can't knock other people, not knock other people down or whatever, but, kind of make my space in the niche. And like what you guys were saying, if there's things that I can do where I can look at the sites that are already out there, it doesn't even really matter who it's built from. I could just look at other websites and other people and just reach out to them and say, hey, are you having any trouble with this or that or whatever? Is there anything I can help you with? All that kind of stuff, right? So, yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling again, as I usually do. Yeah, and I do need to figure out this audio problem as well too. So I got to see what I can do to figure that out and see how we can make that better as well too. Because yeah, definitely want to have more guests and more people on here too, because I think that really helps. Especially if we bring in guests, people that are, further along in the process, in the journey, that have their own companies and they've been doing it for a while and they can give some good feedback and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, this town ain't big enough for more than a web designer. Meet them in the town square at dusk for a duel. Or what is it in John Wick, where you got to turn up for, like, they turned the cards, the numbers, so they could pick. I think they picked, what was the first one? They picked the knives, and then they picked, what did they pick? I don't know. They picked where and then how. What is it? This was in John Wick 4, the last one, when they picked the cards. I don't know. Or they picked like who, I don't know what it was. But yeah, we got to pick for some kind of crazy duel. The whole John Wick universe is kind of crazy. All the rules, like rules to killing people, it's so silly. But whatever, it makes for awesome movies. Meet at high dusk for the epic duel. All right. Again, special thanks to Kevin for showing up and helping out with on the stream. I really appreciate that. I really had fun too, and I like it. And we're gonna figure out ways how we can do more of that as well too. Not just on you, Kevin, to be here every day, but like other people and whatever, and just really make the live stream more interactive. So I'm looking forward to that. So we'll keep that up. And have ourselves a good old time here moving forward. Okay, that is it for me. I got to run. Take care. As always, Thank you for joining. Really appreciate every single one of you. And we'll see you here tomorrow for a new stream. All right, guys, have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you tomorrow.